Hey guys, welcome to my channel Starring Selin, or welcome if you're new. Today we're going to be doing a full face of just Dollar Tree makeup. I've never done a full face of just one brand before, so we're going to see how it goes. I'm going to let you know what's worth your dollar and what's not worth your dollar. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So I'm going to start off with my eyebrows, and I'm going to be going in with the LA Colors brow pencil, and it says defines and fills brows. I haven't used brow pencils in honestly probably like 2 years, but we're gonna take it back down memory lane. It comes with a little spoolie. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool, honestly. Because I did get a spoolie ready, but since this comes with one, I'm just gonna use this. So let's just kind of see how it goes. I'm excited. So it is slightly lighter than my natural brow color. This is why it's hard to kind of do a full face of just one brand, because the odds that you find everything that works for you in that one brand, it's pretty hard, but we're gonna make the best out of it, and we are going to make it work. Besides the color being a little bit off though, the formula is okay. I do feel like I have to put a little pressure to see the color. It's not bad though. I've worked with worse than this, so it's not bad at all. But you do have to put in a little bit more effort than you would with some other products. Also, I personally prefer pomades than brow pencils. I know some people, they like to go in both the brow pencil and then the pomade, but I just use the pomade to outline and fill in as well. So it's a little different for me to just use the pencil. So I think that this LA Colors brow pencil honestly works pretty good for the price. The only downside is that you do have to press slightly harder, plus you are going to have to sharpen this. So little things like that, some people may not want to always have to sharpen it, some people wouldn't mind, but I just want to let you guys know that. Next, I'm going to be going in with this Wet n Wild Liquid Katsu. This is a liquid eyeshadow, but I'm gonna try to use it as a concealer. And like I said in my Dollar Tree video or Dollar Tree haul, this literally looks like a concealer. Nobody can convince me otherwise. This is a concealer. Like, look at the little applicator. I have a concealer that looks just like this. And this liquid Katsu eyeshadow, it is super creamy. It's super creamy. I don't know if it's because it is supposed to be like an eyeshadow, but I mean, it's blending out pretty good right now. Like, literally like one swipe and it's like pretty much blended out. Pretty impressed, honestly. And I honestly think it works perfect for concealing your eyebrows, especially because like when you put on eyeshadow, obviously you're putting it on here, and this is basically the same kind of area. So I feel like it's fine, especially when we go in and set it later on. I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty impressed at how good it blended out, and you can't even tell that I like outlined my eyebrows really, you know what I mean? Like, there's not like a color pigment or anything, like it kind of just blended in. All right, let's keep it going. So I'm also going to be using this kind of as an eyeshadow primer. Let's see how this works. I'm pretty excited. I feel like this is going to help blend out the eyeshadow so good. Also, I'm using the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer blending brush, in case any of you are wondering. I actually really love this brush. I feel like it blends out so good. I have 2 of them actually, and they're only like $4. You can get them at Walmart, Target. I'm sure drugstore has them, like CVS, Walgreens. Did you see how easy that blended out? Literally blends out so easily. I cannot believe this. I'm kind of shocked right now. And they also did have other like eyeshadow colors, by the way. They had ones with like a little light mauve or like a slight shimmer type of thing, but I just went ahead and got the one that literally looks like a concealer. And I feel like this is working as a great eyeshadow base as well. I'm gonna kind of get a little closer so that you guys can see. It does have a slight yellow tint, but I think it looks pretty flawless if you ask me. Next, I'm gonna go in with eyeshadow. So I either have this 40s option, or I have this 60s option. I think I'm gonna go in with the 60s option. These are the shades Fab 4, and it's just the LA Colors eyeshadow. I've never seen these quads before, so I'm pretty excited about this. I'm gonna go in with this one because I just feel like it kind of matches my outfit, and this is more fall and more neutral. it is kind of more my thing. Neutrals are obviously easier to do, but we're gonna play with some color. And this is the palette again. I'm showing it again because it was a glare because of the packaging, but this is it. It looks super cute. I actually have a Kylie Cosmetics eyeshadow palette that has these similar tones in it. It's called the Blue Honey palette, but I don't think it's available anymore because she restarted her whole brand. And I'm just gonna be going in with this little Wet n Wild eyeshadow brush. This as well is from the Dollar Tree. I'm trying to use most of my brushes from there, but I don't have enough to do a full face with everything that I need, so just bear with me. Look at that little pigment on there. Let's see how it plays out. So I'm just going in with this little caramel shade right here. I'm just gonna apply that in the crease. It is blending out so nicely. I don't know if it's like the mixture of the Wet n Wild catsuit plus the eyeshadow formula itself, but it is blending out so nicely. I'm actually going to go in with the other palette as well. So this is the Rosy 40s palette. And I just kind of want to blend the darker brown shade right here a little bit in the crease as well, just because I feel like this is pretty close to my natural eyelid color and I just want a little bit of pop for when I go in with the blue. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit just to kind of deepen it. Yeah, these eyeshadows, they blend out so nicely. I'm like kind of obsessed right now. Like, I cannot believe this. Next, I'm going to be going in with this blue shade right here. There's the slightest bit of fallout with these shades when you like dip your brush in the pan, but there's not really much fallout on my eyes, and I feel like that's the most important part. This blue isn't as pigmented as the browns were, the neutral tones, but we're going to work with it. I hope this comes out okay. It's crazy because this blue really does have me feeling like I'm taking a blast into the 60s right now. Like, I'm feeling like I'm living in the 60s. I'm looking like a little bit of a mess right now, but let's just trust the process. Once the lid shade, like the inner corner lid shade is on and the lashes are on, or my mascara is on, it'll look so much better, I promise. So next I'm going to go in with this little kind of champagne shimmer. There's also this blue shimmer as well, but I'm just going to stick with this one for now and see how it goes. So I'm just going to use my finger because I feel like your fingers are the best applicator to use when it comes to like glitters. It is a bit powdery versus like creamy, but I do feel like it still goes on the lid very nicely and very smooth. And I'm also going to use this brush to kind of test out the pressed powder. When I dip this in, it is kind of like there's a lot of fallout. Let me show you guys. I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to like show you without making a mess and letting it fall out. I feel like the brush really works good for really trying to get a nice carve, kind of like a cut crease would. But other than that, I do like to apply with my finger. And I actually am gonna go in with this blue just to kind of blend out the shimmer with the blue. I feel like I'm looking a little bit crazy with this blue on my eyes right now. I was expecting the blue to be more blue, but I feel like it does have a slight green tint. Like, as you could tell, like the blue on my shirt is nowhere near like what's showing up on my eyes. Not like I was expecting it to, but just in general, it is more on the green or teal side, I should say, than blue, which it looks blue in the pan. This looks teal, but this looks blue. So I don't know, but let's just go in with the mascara. That way it'll look better with the mascara. And I'm going to be using the Beauty Benefits Fluttery Length Mascara. Before I go in and do that, I am going to be using my eyelash curler. This one is from Dollar Tree as well. I do have another one, but I actually prefer this Dollar Tree one. I just feel like it's so much softer on the eyes than other ones that I've tried. Like, other ones honestly hurt, but this one I just think feels great and it doesn't hurt. Also makes them really curly. Like, I love the curl that it gives. So the mascara, I feel like, isn't doing too much. It's just adding the thinnest layer of mascara to my eyelashes. I feel like if I was to use primer, it would look better, but I'm just trying to use all Dollar Tree products, and I don't think Dollar Tree has an eyelash primer, so they're kind of baby lashes. I do have pretty long lashes, so the fact that they're still looking like babies, is pretty much a no for me. I'm really not the biggest fan of this Beauty Benefits Fluttery Lengthening Mascara. I do not feel like it is that lengthening, to be honest. And there's not much volume going on. It's literally just putting like the slightest bit of black over my lashes. So just to add more to the eyes, I'm going to be going in with these Ioni lashes. They're Wispy Natural Short Lashes, and they come with 16 of them. So let's try these out, because I need a little bit more on my eyes. Like, there's really not much going on, and I need more. And to apply them, I'm also going to be going in with this Ioni Lash Glue. This as well is from the Dollar Tree. And I've actually used this lash glue before in the past. From what I remember, I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but I don't remember being the biggest fan of it. But I am all about second chances. Okay, so I went ahead and put 3 of the singles on each side, on each outer corner. I didn't go all the way through just because I feel like it would be too much. And I still am not the biggest fan of the lash glue. I feel like the lash glue was kind of giving me a hard time. But the one that I really prefer is this Kiss Strip It Lash Glue. I just feel like it works so much better. It dries down better. This I feel like is still drying, and it's been a couple minutes now. So that I'm not the biggest fan of. I still think it looks okay. It's just, it takes a long time to dry, so you do have to kind of let them sit for a long time, and even then it kind of wants to like stick to the tweezer, so I was having a little bit of a hard time. But we're gonna keep it moving because we still got a whole face to do. I might come back at the end and do some eyeliner. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what I'm feeling yet, but we're gonna see how the whole face looks, and then I'm gonna decide if I want to do the eyeliner. So this is the Smoothing Face Primer by LA Colors in the shade Yellow. And yeah, so now I'm gonna be priming my face. I probably should have said that before saying the product, but so this is very much kind of like a foundation shade. It even feels like a foundation, so I'm honestly intrigued. I'm just gonna put on my hands. I just kind of, yeah, this is feeling like a foundation. I've never had like a tinted primer before, but I really like the way that it's blending out. It is definitely more on the dewy side, but I really like it. It says that it's color correcting and it corrects dullness. I don't know if it corrected dullness. I don't really know what dullness means. I guess it makes it glowy, right? You take something dull and you make it glowy. That's what I'm assuming. I am loving this primer. I love how it is giving me like a glow right here. It's making my skin look so healthy, and it is smoothing. Very smoothing. I'm impressed. I am so impressed. This is my favorite product so far. This is my favorite product right here. This Smoothing Face Primer in the shade Yellow. I love this. This is gonna be a pretty glowy look because I do have this Sassy and Chic Moisturizing Foundation in the shade Medium 1. And I've used this once in the past. This is an item that I've already kind of had, and it was very glowy, and especially like on top of this glowy primer. We're gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to definitely set my face with powder. So I just squeeze a little bit right there, and I'm just gonna bring it to the rest of my face. I don't remember how well the color matched me, but we're gonna find out right now. And I'm just gonna go in with a beauty blender. It is setting in my face pretty fast, so I'm just gonna quickly blend it out. Also, sorry if my lips were just looking a little crusty just now. I guess like the primer and all the products, like I don't know what was going on. So the foundation doesn't give the most coverage. I mean, it is just a moisturizing foundation, so I kind of take that as like a BB cream type of thing. But I do feel like it looks very nice for like an everyday type of look, going to the beach type of thing. You will be glowing. You will definitely be glowing. And it's only $1. The only downside is that they do not have many shades. Like, they honestly only probably have like 4 or 5 shades, which is terrible. But other than that, it is very pretty, and especially for only $1, it is very pretty. And next I am going to be going in with the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit again as concealer. It is so creamy, you guys. Listen, I know that this is eyeshadow, but you need to work with what you got sometimes. And what's the difference of me putting it on my eyes compared to right underneath my eyes? So next I'm going to go in and bronze the skin with this Flesh by Revlon Thick Stick Foundation in the shade Hot Cocoa. So this is it. Like I said, it is a foundation, but I'm going to be using it as a bronzer, but it might be very dark. I did not think it was going to be this dark. This is very dark. I do not think that this is going to work as a bronzer for me, but I have to say it is a very nice formula. Maybe I will try it after blending it out. Like, I kind of blended it out. I don't even think you could tell. It's like more like over here. After blending it out, it does look like I could use it, so let's just try. It's honestly so creamy. So yeah, it is pretty dark. So I'm just going in very light-handed because it is too dark as a bronzer as well, but it is beautiful. It is blending out so nicely, and I don't think it looks bad, to be honest. Also, the brush that I'm using is actually from Dollar Tree as well. It is the e.l.f. Sculpting Face Brush, and I feel like it is really good for sculpting out your face and bronzing. Since I applied the cream bronzer, next I'm going to go in with the LA Colors loose powder. I try to wait to use the loose powder until I've already used all my cream products. That way I'm not putting powder, then cream, then powder again, and then it's just going to end up looking cakey that way. So this is why I try to put all my creams down first and then go in and set. And it is in the shade Light, by the way. And I'm just going to go in and apply that on my under eyes. I've actually never used this before. My mom actually had this, so it worked out perfectly because I didn't have one. But I feel like the size is perfect for travel. I wonder if they have a translucent one. I feel like translucent is the best compared to colors. And I'm just going to dust that off of my face. Now that the under eyes are set, I'm going to continue with the powder products. So I'm going to be using the LA Colors bronzer in the shade Working Gal. And this is the Decade 40s. The pan size on this is honestly crazy. It is huge and it is so cute. I cannot believe that this is $1. And I'm just gonna go in with this big fluffy brush from Japanesque. This I actually got at Marshall's. I got a pack of like 10 brushes for honestly like $10. So it does end up being $1. There is some fallout with this. As you can see, there already is product all on the outer corners. I'm also gonna take this powder and just kind of put it along like my cheekbone line just to clean it up because I feel like I'm looking a little muddy and messy. Whenever I do this, I can never get them even. But like I've said a couple times now, I'm just a person. I'm not perfect. So I'm just gonna let that sit there for a quick little second and then I'm just gonna wipe it off. So I actually really do like this bronzer. It has like a slight amount of fallout, but I feel like a lot of products honestly have a lot of fallout. And the shade is super pretty. It's kind of like that red bronzer type of shade. I think it's super pretty. I usually tend to not go towards that like reddish shade, but I'm kind of vibing with it. So yeah, I'm not mad at it, but let's just go ahead and take off the powder. I feel like this look would have looked so much better if I was able to go in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I love that concealer. And the Catsuit, it's not the best concealer. I mean, yes, it's not made to be one, but you know, I was trying to keep it all Dollar Tree. But if I could have put on that concealer, I feel like it would have made all the difference with the cream bronzer. I feel like it would have blended so nicely. The face would have looked more seamless, I feel like. I mean, it still looks good, especially for all Dollar Tree makeup. I feel like, I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like walking out in the store, no one's gonna be like, oh, that girl over there has Dollar Tree makeup on her face. Like, I don't think anybody would think that. Next, I'm gonna go in with blush. This is the Beauty Benefits Lasting Flush in the shade Pink Orchid. I love this shade. This shade is literally adorable. It is perfect for every day, and I'm obsessed with it. If you watched my Dollar Tree haul, I was talking about a really red one that I had got like last summer, and this is the red one. This is the one that I was saying didn't have much fallout. I really like this one. I've been using this a lot, honestly. Probably at least once a week I'm using this. And the reason why I say once a week is because I probably only do my makeup a couple times throughout the week. So most of the time when I do my makeup, I do go ahead and use that one. But I'm excited to have another shade. This one is more everyday. That one, I could imagine myself wearing in the winter. I just feel like it is too red to wear in the winter, but I feel like it is perfect for the summertime. So I'm gonna go in with this little brush. This is from the Dollar Tree as well. I believe it's like a unicorn theme. But look at how cute this is. This is adorable. And you can't really see the pigment on the brush because the brush is literally pink, but let's see. And this brush also isn't my favorite brush, and I don't really see much happening, so I'm actually gonna switch to another brush. You guys, I have to show you how little fallout these have. Like, I'm just gonna really swirl in there. There's a little bit, but like not much. It's crazy. So I'm going to be going in with the e.l.f. stippling brush instead. This one is not my favorite brush as well compared to other stippling brushes. This one is just very small and it doesn't have much hair. I do prefer ones that have more hair, such as this Wet n Wild one. And the name is literally off, but this is just the Wet n Wild stippling brush. And this is very affordable as well. This is only like $2 at Walgreens. This brush is working way better for it. Yeah, it's working way better. The other one was like barely working. This one I feel like is just for decor purposes, and they do have a couple of them. So I feel like if you want a cute little brush set, you should get this and just kind of use it as a decor, because it is not the best for actual application. This one is much better, and even this one isn't my favorite. And I do feel like this blush is very similar to my Kylie Cosmetics Stormy Collection blush in the shade Flutter in Love. They're pretty similar. This is a little less pink and this is a little bit more pink. Basically, if you go light-handed with this, I feel like you would get this shade because they look very similar. I didn't put them on both my cheeks. I just used this on both my cheeks. But I do really like this blush. So I use it enough to know that it is very similar the way that they look on my cheeks. But I'm also going to top that blush with this ColorMates blush in the shade Sunkissed Tan. This has a little bit of some shimmer in it, so that's why I kind of want to go ahead and add this on top, because I haven't really been into highlighters lately. So I kind of just want to add the slightest bit of glow without having to do a highlighter. And just to kind of use more products so that you guys can get a feel of what's worth it. I do really like that ColorMates blush though. And I'm just going to go in with the eyeshadow again and add a little bit to my lower lashes. So I'm just going to go in with this shade right here, the little brown shade. Next, I'm going to go in with this LA Colors highlight. I'm just going to put this on my inner corners just to kind of brighten them up and make them a little bit more exciting. I feel like that looks so much better. It makes my eyes look brighter, so I really like that. And I'm just going to put a little bit on my finger, a small amount, because like I said, I just don't really put a lot of highlight on as I used to. And I'm just going to put a couple little dabs, a little bit in the nose. I'm going to go back in a couple times and just lightly put a little bit there. Next, I'm going to go back in with the Beauty Benefits mascara, and I'm just going to put on my lower lashes. Next, for the lips, I'm going to go in with this Remy Rose lip balm in the shade Charlie, and I do not have a lip liner, so I'm just going to put this on my lips. This color is honestly everything. I'm living for this. It looks more brown on camera, but in person it does have like a slight purple tint. I feel like this one isn't as pigmented as my other ones that I have. Like, I can just tell just by it being on my finger. So that's a little upsetting. I really wanted this to be more pigmented. So yeah, this isn't as pigmented as I was hoping, which is kind of upsetting because I really was expecting this to be pigmented. I also have these from like last year from Dollar Tree, and this one is so pigmented. Like, I'm just gonna put this on to kind of show you guys. Even though this totally does not go with my look right now, I'm just gonna show you guys. Like, can you see the color difference? How much more pigmented it is? Like, you can actually see the color. So I was expecting the shade to be much more pigmented, but since it doesn't have much color to it, I can definitely use it at nighttime, so that is a plus side to it. But yeah, if you're looking for something with pigment, this is not the one. Maybe another shade, but definitely not this one. And just to test this out, I'm going to go in with this Wet n Wild Wild Shine Lip Gloss Balm in the shade Tutu to Tango. This shade is so cute, so I hope it looks good. It doesn't smell like anything. It does make your lips look very juicy, I must say. It's the slightest bit sticky, as you could see, like right there, closing my mouth a little bit, but I feel like if it was just to dry down a little bit, it wouldn't be as sticky. Right now, it's only been like 30 seconds later and it's starting to dry down a little bit better. It's definitely drying down. It's not that sticky, no. Will your hair stick to this? If it's windy outside, yes, absolutely your hair will stick. When I say sticking, I mean like your lips like creating that like that line. No, yeah, I really like this. Yeah, guys, it's officially not sticky. It looks pretty good. I would definitely like to try it out without this though, because I feel like this did give the slightest bit of color. So just to give this like a fair shot, like to see its actual pigment, I would like to use it on its own. Next, I'm going to go in and set my face with the Hard Candy Brighten Sheer Envy setting spray. I actually really do like this setting spray, and this is my second one that I'm going through, and it's almost done. I only have like this much left, which makes me upset because I really do like this setting spray. It gives you the prettiest glow and dew. I'm obsessed. But if you can't find this at Dollar Tree, because they only get it like, you know, once every now and then, you could definitely find this at Walmart. So this is the completed look. I feel like it didn't turn out too bad, but I am going to give you guys a rundown of the products that I really enjoyed and products that I maybe didn't really enjoy and products that I just wouldn't repurchase. So starting off with the LA Colors brow pencil, this I feel like wasn't too bad, and I actually feel like it matches my eyebrows more than I thought it was in the beginning. Yeah, this I'm not too mad at. This I will definitely keep using. Will I repurchase it though? Probably not, because I do have my favorite. Like I said, I do really like my pomades, and my favorite is the Arches and Halo pomade that you can get at Target, and I'm not sure if you can get it at other places, but I know for sure you can get it at Target, and it's $10. Next we have the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit. So I really did like this for my eyebrows. I will definitely keep using this for my eyebrows, like outlining it. I thought that it blended out so well and it worked so good for carving out the brows. So yes, like I said, I will definitely keep using this. I will also continue to use this as an eyeshadow primer because I actually do not have an eyeshadow primer. I would always usually use one of my concealers as a primer, but now that I have this, I'm definitely going to keep using this. This is definitely worth your dollar. It helped the eyeshadow blend out so nicely. I don't know if it was the eyeshadow formula that was also good. I'm sure it was. But I feel like this as well did play a big factor in the pigment as well as how it was blending out. So this for sure, especially if you don't have an eyeshadow primer like me, you should go out and get this. Only $1. Try it out. I totally recommend. So going into the little eyeshadow quads, I did kind of mess up the shade right here. I like clawed it earlier, but I actually really enjoyed the mattes in these. The shimmer is a little bit chalky and kind of powdery, but I still feel like it came out pretty good on the lids. I've definitely had worse than this, and I do feel like it is workable. So I do feel like this is worth it, honestly. I feel like I prefer this palette more. Even though I did use this one today for the most part, I do prefer this one more. This one is just better for every day, and this one, I was under the assumption that this was more of a true blue when in reality it's more of like a teal. So that did kind of upset me a little bit. Other than that, I think that the formulas, especially for the matte, are amazing. And I'm just gonna go ahead and swatch this one. This one is so much better, you guys. This little brown shade right here is so much better than the oh wow, oh my god, I wish I would have used this. Look at that eyeshadow. Look at that shimmer. Oh my goodness. I cannot. This one I definitely feel like you should get. This one I would say pass on, but this one you should get because I did go ahead and test out this brown and it blends it out very nicely, and I'm sure that this one is going to do the same. And let's just test out the other shimmer in here. Yeah, this one's gonna look very nice as well. Literally Dollar Tree who. And then just for the difference, this one does have a lot of fallout, as you could see, and even on the finger it is just more powdery, but I'm just gonna show you the difference. I can't even see it. There it is. So yeah, it's really not the best quality, that one. And let's go in with the other one of this. This one is pretty powdery as well. But when it comes to shimmers, I like my shimmers to be creamy. So the powderiness of the blue one and then the champagne one right next to it, it's there. The powder is there and it's not my favorite, but these ones from the other palette are definitely worth it. I mean, look at that. That is amazing. That is so good. So this palette, get this, go get this right now. You need this. This palette is so good. I wish I would have used this palette, but like I said, I was trying to kind of match my shirt, but it is what it is. This one, worth your money. You need this. Next, we have the Beauty Benefits Fluttering Length Mascara. This I was not the biggest fan of either. It didn't really do much for my lashes. As you can tell, usually my lashes are like really long, but right now they're just kind of short. They don't have much volume. And if it doesn't really lengthen or have volume, it's honestly barely a mascara to me. On the lower lashes, you can kind of see them better, but on my upper lashes, which is what I really care about, I just feel like you can't really see them. So I am probably gonna go ahead with my mascara that I do really like, which is the L'Oreal Telescopic Paris mascara, because it is a Turkish holiday and I am gonna be wearing my makeup all day today, so I do want it to look nice. Next, I use these Ioni lashes. I actually do really like these lash singles. I totally prefer lash singles over the full banded lash. I don't know if it's because I could just never apply the full banded lash correctly, and these are just so much easier, but I did really like these and I do really recommend these. They have medium length, long, extra long, wispy. They have all different types of singular ones, and they have all different types of regular banded ones, but I just went ahead and got these, and yeah, I really like them, so these I recommend as well. When it comes to the lash glue though, this is not my favorite lash glue. I feel like you should just go ahead and get the Kiss Strip It Lash adhesive or something similar, like any of the Kiss Strip It lashes. I'm in love with these. This is probably like my second tube, honestly. I just feel like this works so much better at helping the lashes stick. Next, I use this LA Colors Smoothing Face Primer in the shade Yellow. I loved this primer. This is honestly probably my favorite primer I've ever tried in my life, and I've tried a lot of primers. Like, I honestly have like 10 in my makeup collection right now, but this, the glow that it added, the smoothing that it really did do, it was amazing. I loved this. 10 out of 10. You need this. I love the size of it as well. I love how compact it is, because you really don't need a lot of primer, and primer lasts forever, so I feel like this is the perfect size. So yeah, go and get this. You need this. I totally recommend, and I also like how it gave the slightest bit of color to the skin. It was amazing. You need this. Go get it. Next, I went in with the Sassy and Chic Moisturizing Foundation. I really like this as well. The only downside to this is that it doesn't have many shades, which is so sad because it really does look good on the skin. But if they do have your shade in this, I say pick it up. It is a nice little moisturizing foundation. You can even use your fingers to apply it, honestly. Stuff like this I feel like is literally a BB cream, but if you are looking for something that is a little bit more full coverage, this really won't get you there, because like I said, it is a BB cream type of vibe. I do really like that. I don't mind it at all. I think it looks great, makes your skin look super flawless. But if that is not what you're looking for, then this is not for you. But you should try out the e.l.f. CC cream. That foundation is so good. It's buildable, medium to full coverage. You will love it. Next, I use the Flesh by Revlon Thick Stick Foundation in the shade Hot Cocoa. This shade was very dark to use as a bronzer, but if they have your shade in this, girl, you are going to love this. I have all the shades, but my Dollar Tree just had this one, so I just picked it up. But it blended out so nicely, and after just being very light-handed with it, I don't feel like it was too dark. So I do feel like, you know, make it work. And then after that, I went in with the LA Colors Powdered Bronzer on top of it, just to kind of set the cream blush. And yeah, I really like this as well. Plus, the pan size to this is huge. Yeah, this is a huge pan size, because I know that the Beauty Benefits brand, which we are also about to get into, they also make bronzers, but they are the same size as this. So it's a big difference, which is the perfect segue into the blush from Beauty Benefits in the shade Pink Orchid. I really like this blush. I feel like it is the perfect shade for every day. 10 out of 10 in my opinion. I will definitely be using this blush. I'm obsessed. Next, for highlight, the LA Colors highlight in the shade Shine Bright. I used in the inner corners of my eyes, and I also put a little bit on my cheekbones and nose. This is amazing. Like this, let me just swatch it for you guys. It is pigmented. Like, let's give a little swatch. I'm gonna go horizontal on my wrist. So there it is, shining bright like the name says it will. It is this shade right here, and I feel like it is so pretty, honestly. Look at that shine. To set the face, I then went in with the LA Colors Loose Powder. I really like the powder. I'm just not the biggest fan of the peachy shade, as you could tell. I like more translucent things, because I did feel like this altered the foundation and concealer of my under eyes a little bit. So yeah, if you could get this in like a different shade or shade that matches you better, I would say get it. If not, don't get it. Next, we did the lips, and we used the Remy Rose Lip Balm. I wasn't the biggest fan of this, simply because the pigment wasn't there, which I was really expecting, because like I said, the ones that I do already have, it is very pigmented, and this just wasn't. So this personally is a pass for me, unless you are looking for like a lip balm for the nighttime. Then I say get this. And on top of that, I went in with the Wet n Wild Lip Gloss Balm in the shade Tutu to Tango. This I really did like, but I do feel like it didn't last that long. So if you do want a long-lasting gloss, this is not it. However, I do feel like the aftermath still looks nice. Like, I feel like this slight little flush of color looks very pretty, especially when I have like blue eyeshadow on my eyes. I feel like this looks very nice, very natural, and I don't mind it. And lastly, I used the Hard Candy Brighten Sheer Envy Setting Spray. This, I really love this setting spray. If you can find this at Dollar Tree, definitely pick it up. Pick up 2, pick up 3. You will not regret it, especially if you like a dewy look. If you don't like a dewy look, then do not pick up 2 or 3. But I personally really do like a dewy look. So if you are like me and you like the dewiness, then definitely pick this up. It does brighten, and I love this. I love this Hard Candy setting spray. If you can't find it at Dollar Tree, they do have it at Walmart. However, it is about $6. So I would say to just wait until this hits your Dollar Tree, because I have seen it hit Dollar Tree about twice at like different time points. So yeah, definitely just wait it out if you don't want to spend the $6, because why spend $6 when you could spend $1 type of thing. Thank you guys so much for watching my full face of Dollar Tree makeup. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more one brand makeup videos, definitely let me know in the comments down below. Also be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel at StarringSelin, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.